every game, in 4 of the past 5, I should say.
Santiago tweets, well, I guess this is everybody's dilemma, right? He says Christian McCaffrey or Jamal Williams. You can't play Christian McCaffrey this week, although he is working out with them. Is there a good waiver wire option at running back to replace McCaffrey for 1 week?
I don't think there's a good waiver wire guy. I mean, listen, maybe, the expectation, we'll see. News just came out a little while ago before we got on the air here that J.K. Dobbins is going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Got to have arthroscopic surgery on his knee. So, maybe there's some Kenyon Drake, but I think you'll also see some Justice Hill. Gus Edwards has been practicing the last 2 weeks, so could be kind of a committee there. So I don't feel like I think I'd go with just Jamal Williams, to be honest with you. You think about the first 2 games that DeAndre Swift played this year. Jamal Williams had 12 touches in both those games. He had at least 12 touches in both of those games. And regardless of DeAndre Swift being out there or in the lineup, when they get unclose, they've been going to Jamal Williams, right? He's got the second most goal-to-go carries in the season. So, Detroit, you don't love the matchup with the Cowboys, obviously. That's a tough run defense. But still, double-digit carries and some goal line work for Jamal Williams, okay. And a bye week, I don't think there's much out there on the waiver wire, obviously, without seeing his league.
Yeah,
but there's
right.
no obvious guy where you'd be like, oh yeah, like last week, you're like, yes, if you can get Ken Walker, he's going to have a huge game.
Matthew, last thing for me, and it's a weird one. Our league, and you know that Mason and I are in the most antiquated league in fantasy football history,
yes.
But our league doesn't do enough trades. Mason and I do. We like trades. We're always willing to trade.
Yeah.
But the rest of the league is very hesitant to trade their guys, and it got me to thinking. You would know the answer to this. Is there a league where you would be required to make trades? Would that be a ridiculous suggestion that you have to make at least 3 trades a year just to keep player movement and interest going? Or am I just stuck in a league that doesn't trade?
A little bit of both. I don't think it's a ridiculous idea. And I think your league might be able to get away with it just because you guys have been together for so long and you sort of know each other pretty well.
Right.
The concern with a league where I have heard of leagues like that where you are required to trade, and there's like a rule, and I promise you there's a league out there that does it. But I think that the concern on the 3 trades is you've got to find a willing partner, and there's opportunities there just to be, hey, I'll trade you a guy on the bye week, and then you trade him back to me, and there's chances for just sort of shenanigans, if you will, especially because you have this requirement. But I think probably maybe a better way to do that to solve that issue is some sort of bonus for trading, so an incentive. You're not required to.
Well, that's a good idea.
If you trade, I don't know if you guys use, free agent budget or if it's waivers or whatever, but maybe waivers. So maybe, the week.
Did you know, Rick, but that's not our... Does can be sent to prison for 2 years. Of course, yeah. There's a vague...
To deal with these little tiny stories until Fridays, when it's a good on-ramp to the weekend.
We already do the business?
That was it.
That was the business?
That was our business.
See, it doesn't have to be bad business.
Well, when I hear the word business, I think something serious.
Oh, you don't think of business time?
No, I don't think of shopping mall memories. That's for damn sure.
Oh, all right. Here's our honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Not supposed to mention.
I was going to mention it when the time was right. It's never a policy not to mention it.
It's for the honors.
Great, that's the best kind of trade.
Yeah.
So, fantastic.
Yeah, I actually read an article where you said that's the most important thing when you're making a trade is to make it fair.
Yes. Correct. 1,000%. Especially because, forget the fact that you and John are longtime friends and you guys work together. The fact of the matter is that you're in a league together, and so the next time you go to John, right, and even if you, quote, ripped him off or vice versa, you don't want to celebrate it. You don't want to, spike the ball. I'm always, even in a trade in which I feel like I significantly got the better deal, I'm always like, no, it was fair, that kind of stuff, because you're going to want to trade with John again, as you guys have been in this league for a long time.
Yep.
And so if you're trying to rip somebody off, it's going to make it even much harder to do a deal the next time.
Deal.
And so, yeah, exactly.
Okay, Matthew, Mace mentioned your show on Peacock, which is great. I get every day. It's fantastic.
Fantasy Life?
Yeah, great suggestions
FantasyLife.com.
in there all the time. What else you want people to know about?
Well, I guess our Sunday morning show. It's you mentioned the Daily Show on Peacock, which is also available wherever you get podcasts. If you don't want to watch it on Peacock. So, but every Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, so obviously 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 to 1, 8 to 10 on Peacock, and then the second hour is broadcast on CNBC as well. So, fantasy football pregame, and check that out. Me and Michael Smith does a great job, and Jake Croucher, and we answer as many questions as we can. It's a bunch of. We answer more questions than every other morning show out there. Use the hashtag FFPregame.
Awesome. All right. Hey, Matthew, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate it. As always, we'll be watching. We'll be listening. We will talk to you next week.
Sounds great, guys.
All right, thanks, Matthew. Have a great weekend.
Very talented Mr. Ritter.
Killing it, Matthew.
Yeah, really is. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. My wheel today. Hey, think about this. The weekend is here. We'll probably got big plans.
I thought you were talking about the singer.
The weekend is here.
Yeah, I thought, really?
The weekend
Where's
is
he
here.
playing? Is he at the Hollywood Bowl? I'd go to that.
Blinding lights. The weekend is here. You got big plans to start driving over to meet your friends, and bam, another car hits you. Then imagine if the next day the insurance company calls you and you say, yeah, I feel okay. And then a few days later, you start feeling pain. And unfortunately, the insurance company has already recorded your call, and they're going to use that statement that where you said you felt okay. So by doing that, you probably cost yourself thousands upon thousands of dollars in compensation. Instead of trying to handle an accident by yourself, next time you're in an accident, immediately call my friend Jacob. Nobody plans on being in an accident, but when it happens, you want to call Jacob. Jacob will speak to the insurance company on your behalf so you won't innocently say something wrong that damages your case. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember the catchy jingle.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Nobody's more LA than Keith.
Start your Monday morning with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I'm at the restaurant hanging out. Brad Pitt invites me over, whatever the case is. But he didn't tell me who he was with. He was like, oh, Key, come hang out. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's a guy over there in the corner, and I didn't know who this guy was. And so I chat up a small conversation with this individual. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm in the music business. Oh, that's cool. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Ireland. How long you been doing the business? A long time. I said, oh, that's cool, man. And so at that point, I'm starting to talk. So Brad steps in. He goes, hey, you know who this is? Bono. So, and then once I focus in, I'm like, oh, damn. You know, because the most famous dude to me was Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
This was just this was some hanger-ons as far as I was concerned.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max in the morning.
Nobody does LA mornings like KJM on 710.
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
I'm Taylor Rapp, strong safety for the LA Rams. I know what it means to protect Los Angeles. Every day, I'm on the field protecting our end zone and helping the Rams win. I need your help keeping all of us safe in our city. The LAPD is looking for people like you to help make our city better. People who want to help others, improve the LAPD, and create positive change. If you think you have what it takes, or you know someone you would trust to be a great officer, go to joinlapd.com and apply today.
The Mazda you've been dreaming of is at Mazda Claremont. The beautiful, sparkling, brand new showroom is now open.